Greetings, it's your boy Gartasia. My camera literally died and I recorded an amazing episode, but camera didn't catch it. So guess what? We doing it again. And you're gonna see why I'm feeling some kind of way about this, but you're gonna see why I'm glad this happened because just watch the video. Today we're talking about, listen, a lot of you all on the self improvement, you have been expressing gratitude for a long time, right? And you have seen the benefits. You have seen the magic of gratitude. You've seen your manifestations magnify. You've seen your blessings compound. You've seen things going your way, right? Going in your favor, and you love it. Feels good, right? A lot of people, though, they're showing gratitude. They're doing the right things. They're on the self improvement, but then bad shit happens, right? The cat's out the bag, all hell is breaking loose, King Kong is in the city, you feel me? And it's just like you're just in a haze. And then suddenly it's like 10 times harder, to stay in that mental space, right? It becomes 10 times harder to maintain that gratitude, to stay in that state of gratitude. And I have, been relaxing at my secret spot. I'm not, it's undisclosed location. It's for me. And that spot just allows my mind to just run free, right? It allows me to tap into my childhood curiosity. It allows me to really, appreciate. Allows me to really appreciate. This camera is tilting to the side. Let me straighten it. There we go. Bam. Yeah, that spot allows me to appreciate nature. It allows me to appreciate, my thoughts. It allows me to appreciate my creativity and just tap into that source, right? So, um, the analogy that I came up with, right, is I hope this helps you all. It's essentially, you know, we've been chewing, right? We've been eating. You know, our parents taught us how to eat. We were teething at first. They pull out the pacifier. We start eating like, pudding and shit like that. And then our parents ate, and then their parents ate, and their ancestors ate. We've been eating, for centuries, for decades, for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So, it's something that we're used to. Some of us have been chewing for years, weeks, decades. We've been chewing. It's something ingrained in our DNA, right? So we all experience though, you're chewing, you're chewing, you're chewing, and then what happens? You bite your tongue, right? So we get to the point where we bite our tongue and it hurts. You know what I'm saying? Like you bite your tongue, it hurts really bad. You know what I'm saying? You try to get back in there, tear. You feel a little stupid. You know what I'm saying? That Giordano's pizza had you out here looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Mouth was watering. You know what I'm saying? You got too carried away. You bit the crap out of your tongue. So what do? The next meal, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you're trying to get your basic gang on. Maybe you're trying to be healthy. You know what I'm saying? You whip out the carrots, the asparagus. You know what I'm saying? You being cautious now. You're not trying to bite it again. You taking all the measures, whatever, but you chill though. You bite the crap out of your tongue again, again, once again. So now you frustrated now. You feeling like a dummy. You like, man, after all these precautions, I done bit my tongue again. Like for real, for real. You feeling some kind of way, right? And now you being really cautious, right? Now, this next meal, you out here, you're not even eating like the same stuff. You eating softer foods. You treading on thin ice because like it hurts. You just, that treading on thin ice, and you might even chew like on the other side of your mouth and like doing stuff with your tongue so it's not in the way. Like you're just consciously like trying not to bite your tongue because that shit hurt. You know what I'm saying? Lo and behold, though, because you know how it is. Once you bite your tongue once, it's like you open a floodgate of like just you finna bite your gums now. Now your your tooth finna get chipped. Now you finna bite your lip. Now you finna bite your it's just crazy, right? So guess what? You bite your tongue again. So at this point, you just like, man, you just come to the fact to acceptance that I'm gonna bite my tongue because what I'm not gonna do is I'm gonna not eat. I'm gonna keep chewing, right? So you're gonna be cautious, but basically, biting your tongue doesn't stop you from eating. You're still gonna chew. You're still gonna eat, right? So I say all that to say, let's now jump to gratitude. Gratitude is like chewing, right? So it's like gratitude is like chewing. Like going back to earlier, it feels good. It feels good when we're chewing and we don't bite our tongue, right? We're able to eat that food. We're able to keep giving gratitude. those blessings keep coming, those manifestations. We're able to chew that pizza, chew that pasta, right? Chew that steak, chew that everything, whatever, chew that mango, and we're able to digest that mango, all those antioxidants, fiber, blah, 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 and it's good for our body, right? So we keep chewing. That gratitude, we keep giving it. It's so nice. We see the law of attraction at work, manifestations coming in. Life is good, right? But then we all know the point, at some point we get bit, right? At some point we get bit, and then, but the thing is, we get bit. What I urge you to think about is, you get bit chewing food, but that doesn't stop you from chewing. You keep chewing. What I've noticed though, a lot of people, they get bit, or they get hurt, or they feel slighted showing gratitude, right? And then what do? They stop showing gratitude. They feel like, since that energy is not being reciprocated, they feel that, why should I keep doing it? It's almost as if like the whole purpose they were doing it was to expect a certain outcome, when that is like setting yourself up for suffering and frustration, right? Because the definition of suffering is, putting your happiness, or basing your entire structure of, what gives you pleasure out of life, on something external of your control. You can't control, you can do everything. You can, make the table, you can set the table, you can sweep the floor, you can cook the dinner, right? But it's like, if that person's not hungry, they're not gonna eat, right? That's out of you can't make them hungry. You just gotta wait. And sometimes they might choose to get Uber Eats after you done did all that. So I say all that to say, right? You know, not only does this analogy work for, keep chewing even if you bite yourself, right? But in general, like, as we're on our, self-improvement journey, a lot of times confirmation bias, makes us, stop the self-improvement, makes us second guess ourselves. Like, why am I still doing it? And it's easy to get caught up on like when it's going good, you start expecting that. And that happens to everybody. But, sometimes the expectations become, what it becomes the norm, right? The expectations become, what's going to decide whether you keep doing something or not. And that's when it becomes dangerous, right? Because just because something happens often, right, even if it happens 90% of the time, it is still out of your control. So you need to have a sense of detachment from the outcome. You have to have a sense of, no matter what, I'm still going to keep doing me regardless of what Joe Blow does. I'm going to keep doing me regardless of what Stacy does. I'm going to keep doing me regardless of what Tyrone does, right? And yeah, a lot of people, they get bit and then they stop showing gratitude. It's like, fuck it. This world doesn't deserve me. Whatever. Let me just go back to being the old me, ignoring people, stop showing kindness, just shrink back into my world. And, for a moment, that was really, I was kind of going through a phase of that where I'm just like, let me stop, smiling all the time. Let me stop showing gratitude. But then, actually I have another story, what kind of made me change that. And it happened at the perfect timing. So actually it was yesterday, right? So, I have a second job on Saturday where I teach kids. And on this second job, right, we had scheduled, my manager, the second job, she had been trying to, schedule a mid-year review. So it's basically, what a mid-year review is, it's for like December. I don't know why they waited so late, but basically it's to evaluate your performance, right? Like, how good has Gartatia been doing at the job, right? Have you been teaching well? What do you think the students, are you communicating with them? Are you helping them reach their goals, whatever? And long story short, I kind of went into it like, yeah, she's going to roast me because I know I could have done better. So, and also like that week was just, I was in a headspace of just chaos, right? A lot of, busy cramming things at the job, trying to meet deadlines. So overall, my headspace wasn't the best. Also, I had like yoga class, so I was rushing. So I went into the phone call like, okay, let me brace for impact, And then on the call, our the universe has a way of like, as we think, so it shall manifest. So lo and behold, she did have some criticism. She had some negative things to say, like, I should work on being more on time and blah blah blah. And as an Aries, I'm not the best at taking advice, so I took that kind of like, who are you telling? Like, and then the brain does a great job of like, trying to get defensive, because there were a few times where she showed up late and she didn't text. So my brain was instantly like, why should I listen to her? Like, she's not perfect. She's been late before. Like, instead of looking objectively, like, no, she's trying to help me and she's on my side. Right. So it was this constant battle of, like, the devil on the left side and the angel on the right side. Like, look at her good qualities, but look at her bad qualities. And a lot of times, like, you get caught up in the emotions of the present. And, this might be taboo, but, I challenge you to, challenge the statement of, like, always stand in the present moment. I say always stay in the present moment sometimes, right? Because sometimes the present moment is fueled with negativity. Sometimes the present moment is overshadowed by negative emotions based on the frame that you're having, right? And sometimes you need to go into the past. Sometimes you need to go into anticipation of the future, right? To take you out of that negative space, that is there because of, a culmination of many things. So what I did was kind of my ultra instinct meditation shit. I went into Zen mode and I was just like, okay, this person is, let me evaluate. She's done X, Y, Z. She's actually a good person. She's been there for me in the past. There's been times where I've showed up late and she hasn't told, like, her manager about that. There's been times where I would, pull a day off, a sick time at the last minute when we were supposed to do like a 1 week notice. Like, there were a lot of things I would do. There were times where, I would curse sometimes. Like, you're not supposed to curse in the classroom. She would see me. Like, or like I would wear, I never wore sweatpants, but I would wear like maybe a shirt that I'm not supposed to wear. Like, I would forget to wear like the uniform shirt. She would let it slide. So I say all these things to say, like, I'm not perfect, and she, also knowing that I'm not perfect, has let a lot of things slide. And just by the review, her not bringing up those other things, that was like, wow, she's actually not here to attack me. She's just here to help me. So me thinking of all these positive qualities, as the phone call ended, I was just like, you know what? I could just let this end and be like, have a great day. But, like, I want to express my gratitude to her. So I just take time out. I kind of take a pause and I say, I'm not gonna say her name. Let's call her Stacy. I was like, Stacy, thank you so much for being real. Thank you so much for being genuine, understanding, having a great sense of humor, being relatable, and for most importantly, just trying to assemble a team, and make everybody work really well together and just creating that space. I said something along the lines of that, and she just paused, and I just felt this huge wave of energy, like, through the phone, and she was like, thank you, Gartasia, for saying that. You don't know how much I needed that today. And that just, like, hit me like a bag of bricks. Like, after that call, I was like, wow, I've been looking at the world wrong, like, this whole week. Like, and that kind of, like, made kind of, like, started all of this. And it's just like, a lot of times, like, even when we're bit, a lot of times, even when we're at our lowest, we've been beaten down. These are the times that we must chew. A lot of times when we're at our lowest, when the world has showed us nothing but scorn, when our friends have showed us nothing but neglect, right? And just the not the care that we think we deserve, we have. And over time it builds feelings of bitterness, right? It is at these points where we want to stop showing, we want to stop showing gratitude. But as you see in this instance, right, that gratitude that I showed her was, like, very much well needed. And we don't know where that could go. Like, I don't know the future. Like, you don't know the power of that. Like, 5-10 years from now, right? She could be an executive at, like, so what, like, and she might know somebody, or she could be friends with somebody who I might want to interview, and she'll never forget how, no one else showed her gratitude, but I showed her gratitude that day, and how much it impacted her day. You don't know the impact that your gratitude can have, and, like, how down the line, that boosts your karma, that the law of attraction, your manifestations. Some people be like, I don't know why these good things are happening to me. Well, it's because you're doing all the right things, right? People think manifestation is just like some woohoo and some law of attraction. There are, like, basics to it, right? And the basics are, if you keep doing the small acts of kindness, you keep doing the small acts of gratitude, over time, right? Time trumps everything. Like, even if it's a little bit and you think it's not doing anything now, it will change your entire quality of life over time, and yeah, I just don't want you all to sleep on that. And you just got to keep chewing, just like, and the thing is like, and people be like, well, like, I'm showing gratitude, and it's like, why should I keep showing gratitude, and this person did this to me, right? And it's like, sometimes the mechanism of gratitude can get you bitten, right? Like, sometimes, you know you show somebody kindness, and then they show you the opposite. Like, they show you bitterness. Like, you express gratitude to someone, and then they ignore you. They roll their eyes, they frown at you, right? So that's an example of like the chewing, and then you get bit. And it's like, those, a lot of people just throw in the towel. A lot of people just say, I'm not cut from that cloth. A lot of people just give up, right? Like, I surrender. Nope. F the world, right then and there. They just like give in. And what I urge you to do, I'm begging you, what I'm begging you to do is like, at this lowest moment, at this lowest point, you know, as overwhelmingly hard as it may be to like keep showing love, you must keep showing love, because, you know, it's words can't express how much you need it, the future you needs it, and the world needs it, especially at these lowest moments. It's as if the universe, it wants to reward you when it's challenging. Because like, when it's easy. Like, example of like an easy example of me giving gratitude at my office. This wonderful person, she works for the like marketing, and accounting department, and we have a town hall, and she organizes it, right? She makes sure, so and so, we order from Potbellies today, or we order from Subway, or we order from Chili's, or whatever, right? So she organizes, the fun committee stuff too, and just like the organization of events. But she also does the marketing. So like, how does the firm get clients, blah blah blah. And I think I mentioned yesterday on my episode, how she put together just a splendid presentation. Like, for entrepreneurs, like, literally, it was so much value in that presentation. Like, I almost felt like privileged to get that for free. So, me being me, also, I will say I was in a good mood. I was feeling positive, so it was easier. But I still like stopped, looked her in the eyes, said, I just want to thank you for that presentation. I just want to thank you for the time and energy you put into that. You know, I really absorbed that, and I'm gonna use some of those, strategies. Thank you so much. And she was like, thank you so much. I appreciate, the time and attention that I put into it, and I appreciate you acknowledging that, and thank you. And I say that to say, 2 days later, right? She emails me, doesn't CC anybody, no one else is in the email, just me, straight up, and is like, um, I apologize sincerely. I know you're vegan, and I know I organized this event, and I apologize that we did not have any like vegan options for you, or nothing that you could eat. Sincere apologies. Hope you can forgive. But next time, you get the pick of the litter. Next time, wherever you want to go. If you want to fly to Turkey and get salt baked cookies, some steak, you feel me? And it's like, I'm all like, I'm vegan. But basically, like, and, I guess we'll never know if she would have done that or not, had I not shown gratitude. But I like to say, I'm pretty sure, because it's like, people notice when you really show genuine, appreciation. When you if you can do one thing socially, like to change your life, or like, fuck socially, if you can just practice on one skill to revolutionize the quality of your life, first would be gratitude. But secondly, like, socially, is like listening. If you can listen to like people's deepest passions, to people's deepest efforts, right? What is bringing them towards pleasure? What's bringing them towards joy in their life, or what's bringing them away from pain? If you can do that, and if you can like communicate that to them, that this X, Y, and Z that you did brought value to me. If you can do that, you can literally change somebody's whole energy. You can make long-lasting friends. You can make a tribe. You can make people who are loyal to you, right? And it's not that's not the reason why you should do it. You should do it firstly because if that's what is resonating with you, if that's what your inner soul is, telling you to do, that's why you should do it. And second of all, you should do it because a lot of times the energy we receive is the energy we put out. So if that's something that you value, is that something that ranks high on your pyramid, right? Then a lot of times you train people how to treat you by treating them the way you expect to be treated. So, I do it for both reasons, because I feel deeply in my core that's what's right. And also, I lead by example. I want that done to me, right? So I do it to others. And 90% of the time, if you carry yourself with that confidence and you mean what you say and your actions speak louder than your words, people will reciprocate your energy. Like even jogging today, right? A lot of people were frowning, but in my head, I had an energy of understanding. I had an energy of just building anticipation. Like, no, I would reframe things. Like, they're not frowning, right? Maybe they're just shy. They're not frowning. They're not sad. Maybe they just saw a text that just put them in a certain state, right? And then when I start doing that, I was like, oh, wow, most people, want to be happy. Most people want to find an excuse to smile, right? So I just smiled at them regardless of the frowns I saw, regardless of, the eye rolls or whatever. And a lot of them will frown at first and they will smile after. So I just say that to say we have so much control, so much more control over like our own emotions, and also low key like we have so much more control of about the energy we receive, right? But you just have to process it from a frame that I am powerful and my intentions are pure and I just want to spread that love and light. No, that was a little tangent, but just coming back to the gratitude and the chewing, and yeah, just, sometimes you bite yourself and you just want to stop chewing and it's hard. Your tongue is bleeding at this point. Like your mouth looks like lunch meat. Like you bit your tongue. You got a chipped tooth now. There's a rock in the food. You know what I'm saying? You bit the inside of your cheeks. All of that. You don't even want to take another bite. But guess what? You're going to still eat. You're going to still eat because the body needs that nutrition, right? To even heal, to have the raw materials to heal the sores that the chewing through biting gave the mouth. Through that same lens, right? The gratitude, right? The gratitude that sometimes got you bitten by some people who were just at a low frequency. But by you keep expressing gratitude, that is allowing you to still get the nutrition to feed your manifestation, to feed your visualizations, to feed everything, you know, the things that you want to that you want to come to fruition in the future, right? It's giving you that raw material, right, so that you can heal, i.e., get into a state, right, to heal that feeling of being bitten, right? So everything comes full circle. So hope this wasn't too over the head. I hope this analogy helped, helped you all look at, the state of gratitude. Should I still give gratitude? The state of the world, and energies. I hope that helped. And if you do anything, just remember that even at the point of your lowest, when you're the most bit, that is often the moment that you need to keep expressing gratitude, right? Because that gratitude, right? The universe sees it, and your manifestations will be magnified, because the universe sees the challenge and it sees you still being you, regardless of the external, and then you will be rewarded. It's not one for one. It's not I give you $1, you give me $1 back, but I guarantee you, in one shape or another, you'll see it come back, and you'll know where it came from. You'll know what seed that you planted of gratitude that brought so and so's harvest years later, months later, and you'll know, and you'll be like, oh, I'm glad I did that, right? That's not why you should do it to reap reward, but that's just how it works. I don't make the rules. I'm just a communicator. I'm just a humble servant of the rules. But yeah, I hope this helped, and yeah, I hope this helped. You all just continue to become your best versions. That's why I spread this information, because I just want everybody to feel what it feels like, to live by what you say, and to, be somebody who lives a life that is fulfilled, to be somebody who is moving towards a vibrant and actualized life. I'm on my journey of that. And, life is amazing right now. And I just want as many people to have that feeling as possible. So that's why I do everything that I do. And I hope you got value from this. But yeah, that thing at the beginning of the video tried to hinder me. This is the third time me shooting this, you know what I'm saying? So my energy tried to be low. But then again, going back to I was feeling bitten, but I still got to show that gratitude, got to show that love. And that's what you all got, pure love, regardless of what I'm feeling at the present. And with that being said, stay hydrated, stay breathing in that good ass oxygen, and most importantly, stay basic. I love you.